Good afternoon. Anybody out there, jump in the chat. If not, I'm just going to ramble about one of my favorite subjects, and that is Vienna, Austria, city of spies, city of the occult, city of the novel The Third Man by Graham Greene, and the great film, or should I say equally interesting film, The Third Man. Zwei Männer? I don't know. I speak bad German. Guten Tag. Oh, I lost my one viewer. So we're talking about Vienna, a little bit about the spies, the secret societies, and the Udo Proksch case. Film I'm in now has applied to the Slash Film Festival. It's already a finalist in the Tokyo Shorts. It was in the in a festival from Munich, and up for possible one in Seoul, Korea. And a victory best duo acting group out of India. Spy Top Spy. Check it out. So we're talking. I have made a number of people mad with my speculative videos that the great pop artist Falco from back in the 80s, maybe 90s as well. Falco. Rock Me Amadeus. Da Comers. It's another band that does that, but I think he's the one. And one of his rarer songs, Vienna Blut. And I'm working on a fictional novel that will include some of this. It's a free country, so I can do it. There will be no secrecy laws broken, my friends. These shades aren't looking cool today. Wait a minute. Let me try these ones for Vienna. Why isn't anybody out there? Da comedy these ones kind of look cool today. They make me look beak-like. Geez, I drifted. I'm sorry. Let me get back. So Falco fans. Okay, so Vienna Blood. There was a friend of his who was beat up very badly. And I believe he lost his life. Shit, I'll have to check this story out. In any case, I'll have to double verify that part. Okay. But he made the song Vienna Blut. And he pokes fun of Club 45, which was an interesting, shadowy, secret society. How about this one? Ja, und interesting society in Wien. Located upstairs, allegedly, in Udo's cafe, which was the Dammel House, which was Café Dammel. Wum ich ein großer Fan von Udo und mich schlägt viele, will ich wissen war. Why I am a huge fan of Udo, and I feel bad because he might have been evil. Wum ich großer Fan von Udo. Did I say that right? Sorry, guys. Would you say it Virhin? Club 45.
Club 45.
Club
Club 45.
Club
Club 45.
45. Sorry, my Vienna fans are getting angrier and angrier. Why is there nobody in the chat? Okay, so upstairs at Club 45. Club 45 was like a Masonic secret society above the Demel House. The power behind the power in Vienna, and Falco made fun of it in his video. I'll leave a link to his video in here. So I did the outrageous thing that I said, well, Falco was killed. You know, he shouldn't have did that. Vienna Blut. Vienna's blood. Okay, so it was dedicated to his daughter Bianca. This goes way back to 1988, the 5th album by Falco. A great artist, and he seemed like an awfully nice guy. His friend was Nina Hagen. Very interesting. This album was much less successful than Emotional, but in Austria, Germany, and Switzerland, it peaked top 3. So there's not much in it, but he's in there. And the very, very charismatic Udo Proksch. Some allege him to be a gun runner, spy, working for the cutout group, or Vienna Department of the Stasi, perhaps the KGB, or the Stasi. Let's take a look at the lyrics. The Stasi. Hörst, was hat der Bär, was sprach für die Menschen? Oh. English translation, sorry. Falco. Blood of Vienna, do you listen? What's wrong with the boy? What medicine does he need? Look, take a look at this. He knows well. Peter and the red one did hit the prison warden. They put him in an upright position with full force into the wall. That was so nice. The supervisor beats it. The chief's coming. The game is staged. While the red one stripped Peter of his money. They're calling Doctor, Doctor. Peter sees red. Doctor, Doctor. Someone's asking, is he dead? Blood of Vienna. In this juice, the force. The ember Vienna. If someone tries some monkey business, we'll get mad till he realizes we've got the cure. We awarded decadence. While moral fell by the wayside, we stand and fall and lay down. We've got the cure. Oh. Do you listen? He's bad. What kind of cure is this? Oh, the professor had a threesome. He's going home today. He's going straight to the Prater, the avenue with the trees. No whore alone. He's fascinated as he sees the animal of belts. Weird lyrics. But the best one says, why did you come now? Stop, go back, dismissed. They're calling Doctor, Doctor. The professor sees red. Doctor, Doctor. Someone's asking, is he dead? Blood of Vienna? We've got nothing to do with murder. But we sure like fun. The two of us in Vienna. We do represent Vienna. Also in the Club 45. In there. They're still among us. Then we get real close while standing, falling in line. We represent Vienna till he realizes we've got the cure. Doctor, doctor. Vienna blood. Vienna blood. And it's a genius lyrics. Always translate the German. So Falco. So I have some of my meaningless videos for you. I have a bunch of them talking about this. And I have had people from Vienna come on and get mad. You know, they're like, no, Falco is skilled in no accident. And that is it. I'm afraid that is it. Scarier than that, he has a song, Jenny, which he got accused of, making a bad song that he was bad, but it's something in the line of a young woman trying to go be a singer or perhaps an actress. And it's really moving, but I don't know, they accused him of being bad with it. But it's crazy. It's, and the rumors about the casting couch in Hollywood and whatever the equivalent they have out there in Europe. In the city of Spies in Vienna. I have another weird video did. The Cult Mysteries of Vienna. I'm not saying that he didn't just die in a crash, and I think it was Santo Domingo. That's probably the way it did happen, but let's see, died in a car crash. It's a car crash. 17 years after his international breakthrough, Johann Falco Hosel, sorry for the bad German, died on February 6, 1998, when his rental car was struck by a bus while he vacationed in the Dominican Republic. So more than likely, Rock Me Amadeus singer dies in car crash, Rolling Stone. So the major search engines don't let you indulge in anything now. So, okay, for the better. So he's making, and again, if anybody's with the Brotherhood of the Masons, whatever, I'm not saying you don't do a lot of great stuff, tons of philanthropic work, but it's secretive. So and maybe some of you dig it. You like the fact that some people use the Brotherhood. Certain people that said Udo Proksch played the Masons, that he used them to advance himself for his own protection, and then politics changed or something. We'll get into him in a moment. But he makes he has a Napoleon outfit, and he puts his hand in, he's making something which appears to us outsiders as a Masonic sign, right? He's doing this, okay? It's a secret society. So, I don't know what happened. I probably a high-profile guy like that, maybe with the politics, the deep politics. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. Definitely not a good idea. Now, on to part 2. So that was our secret society rap. Yeah, he called themselves as a Proksch. This is Udo Proksch, my favorite spy, my favorite guy. Although I very much apologize to anybody who was involved, who was hurt by him. The man was a scene stealer. So let's go over him. His friends and contacts were legion. He knew Leonid Brezhnev, whoever was the Russian president at the time, friend of King Hussein in Jordan. I used to play, well, I'm lousy at chess, but I've played chess with guys who know King Hussein of Jordan. He also did the V sign, which, again, I'm just an outsider. But they say the people of the Brotherhood of the widow's son do that. Anybody who's with them who doesn't flip out about any questioning of that, or I don't even know if I'm criticizing because you're a secret society. I mean, I don't know a freaking thing about it, really. We just see what we see. We like to read and do things, and we see things, right? So he does the V sign. That's been seen before. Then Churchill did it for whatever reason. The Demo House is the Royal Confectionery. Let me see if I can say it right. Hey, I got one up. How you doing, Pedro? Jump back in when you can, brother. You probably got the delay. What am I looking up? Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yes, he was very, let's say it's very, very likely that he worked for the Stasi. And he was a complete superstar. Okay. I've been to the Dammel House, and it is incredible. That is perhaps for another time. That's for part 2. He was friends with beautiful women like Imelda Marcos, were enthralled by him. And he partied with James Hunt and the Austrian Niki Lauda. He was born in 1934 in a humble background in East Germany. Scene Stealer. I like the way this guy says it. He once jumped from an airplane into a friend's party with a cake. I didn't know that story about Udo. So this particular book I'm looking at is The Brutal Seas. The Brutal Seas is my reference. So it contains some awesome stories about shipwrecks and pirating in the modern sense. In this case, a wild scheme about insurance fraud. So he had a lot of political influence, and we'd say allegedly that might have something to do with Club 45. Viren. I shouldn't have put that. I'm just 45. This is very interesting information. So if you don't like the way I don't have edits with little cartoons in the beginning of this thing, then go watch something else, really. Old school YouTube. A camera and the guys talking. You don't need clips of TV shows, because that's what you're doing. You're just watching clips of TV shows, assholes. I've got something different on here. So go and watch people who take clips from movies. I love to talk about Jet Li, too, and Arnold Schwarzenegger and his muscles, and bikini try-on hauls, and all that bullshit. But let's talk about something interesting. Like grown people. So wait a few seconds. I don't have time to edit this stuff. That's all I got to say. If you don't like it, 2 thumbs down and leave. Der Laconia scandal. The upstairs room of Club 45. Okay, so. But the main focus of this cool book is he did a shipping crime. Okay, so uranium cleaning plants, or Austria had been a nuclear power, and they had some problems with radioactive nuclear waste. And they were going to do a power plant in Zwentendorf. Zwentendorf. Okay, sorry. And so the cafe talk was of uranium. This goes way back to the 70s. So we took this I'll have to go in this. I might do this in more detail another time. If this is interesting, all right? I think it's interesting. So he takes this uranium processing equipment and he insures it. And he fills it up in the MV Lacona. That's when I say I'm a fan of Udo, but to anybody's family who's out there, whose relatives and loved ones died in Laconia, don't think that I don't think with the best of intentions that was horrible. And I feel guilty about, my passion for the interest in this character. But it is interesting. And I do apologize deeply, really, the best I can to anybody. But I'm talking about that, sir. I'm talking about this story and this man. And we give the best we can, of good wishes and to anybody who had remembering their family dying in the Kona. But what do you know? Is there more to it? Was Udo set up or anything weird like that? What do you guys think? If anybody knows about that story, give me a shout too. Was he totally responsible, the only one? What role did the shadow government in Austria play in this? What role did the mainline government have? Why did it take so long for him to get him? They basically caught him by the use of sophisticated scuba diving equipment, sophisticated robots and stuff. I don't think Udo, if certainly he probably was the guilty party, knew that they could do that. It was a shell company, the Zapata Company, Udo Proksch and Hans-Peter Dammler was involved. I thought this book was easier to skim. I apologize. So he owned an Austrian coal mine, so this involved coal. I thought this was more broken down. I'm sorry, friends. All right. Again, if you want to check it out, it's The Brutal Seas. Why would I come up with the crazy? I'm definitely not the first person to bring up that there's a remote chance that the singer was involved in something. There has been an entire movie starring the guy that played Hercule Poirot. Don't think that deep waters will hide your crimes. The blast came from inside the vessel. The notion that the ship had sunk from striking a reef or other obstruction was laughable. Sentenced to life in prison, He actually went on the run. I was in Vienna at the time they released a musical called Udo 77. Did we lose power? Ah. Oh, sorry, I missed your message. Yeah, that is weird. That the Bush company was also Zapata. That's right. Good, good point, Pedro. Have you heard of the Napoleonic Code in the finance banking world? Apparently, it's a French Jesuit stronghold of Quebec. Is still using it. Admiral on Maritime Code. No, that is interesting. I did not know that the Jesuit order and Quebec Admiralty Code. No, that's really interesting, Pedro. I know that. Oh, love him or hate him. I know that a good example of somebody who talks about that maritime law and ruling over society is Jordan Maxwell. Yeah, Jordan Maxwell. He does a breakdown how you're born in a birth and everything has to do with like the court and maritime law. So we're born in a birth and we are property, and it involves that. And definitely Zapata Oil, love them or hate them, was one of the Bush proprietary companies. Definitely. Definitely. There is also an excellent film. Sometimes, if you can find it on here, it has subtitles. It's called Out of Control. One of my comedy shows, a long time ago now, I did a poster as a tribute. Montreal has been selected as possible North American onion. You mean like union? Probably, I think you mean union. French and German have always been the language of nobility countries. Union, yeah. Yeah. There's a right. That's very interesting. They Canamex was an actual thing. We're gonna have Canamex money. I heard that floated. I thought I made a joke about that, and apparently they were talking about that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Very interesting. You're up. I think are you up there in Toronto? I forget. Club 45. Vienna plot. I lost anybody out there. Jump in with me and Pedro. In any case, another pseudonym for Udo Proksch is Serge Kirchhofer. And he made really hip, cool sunglasses and eyeglasses. Some of them are really weird. Honestly, I almost think that they were influenced on the costume of Charlize Theron in Atomic Blonde, which is a fun movie. But I don't know. It was in that era. and she was, getting into karate fights with the Stasi or the East German cops, and so maybe, I don't know, or she just had whatever they came up for really cool shit, but she has cool shades. That's why I wear shades. It's a tribute to Udo. Der Fall of the Laconia. A wild, really popular guy. Udo 77 is a musical. I don't know if anybody's seen my stuff. I'm obviously obsessed with Udo. I have about 6 or 7 Udo YouTubes on here. The Frater Mit. They're just called the occultists themselves, or the Frater Mit. No, I mean, I've really heard a lot. I mean, I've heard a lot of them. They come and go. Some of them have deep influence on the pop culture. The bands New Order and Joy Division. I don't know. Heard of the Fratermit, the Fratermit, and they're just called the occult. I don't know. Oh, the Oculist or something like that? No, that's cool. There's the Oculus in New York City. Did you see my New York? I took a ton of the Oculus in New York City. Giant eyeball. A fraternity. Oh, that sounds awesome. It's across the street from One World Trade Center, and it's a big eye. It looks like this. Looks like this. And once a year, as a tribute, on September 11th, it opens up. The eye opens up, and the Trade Center is above there. As above, so below. I guess that's how they say it. And yeah, it's really wild. And it's the train station. It always had an eye. In the days before it, before the tragic attacks. Yeah. The mezzanine. It had on the floor a big eye as well before the tragic September 11th. Ich bin ein Fan von Udo.
Ich bin ein Fan von Udo. Ich bin ein Fan von Udo.
Ich bin ein Fan von Udo. Ich bin ein Fan von Udo. Sorry. Yeah. It's a big eye. And it's a huge mall. Very gigantic mall. And then you can get the train there. And there's huge shopping plazas around there. And 2 giant pools as tribute to the tragedy, to the victims. Yes. Yeah. The big apple of the all-seeing eye. That reminds me of the cover of the Illuminatist trilogy. They've got a dolphin, black triangle, an all-seeing eye. Dolphins, very intelligent. They know a lot of stuff. I've got my lamb hat on to hopefully protect against the EMFs. You guys should get one. "35 minutes in, me and Pedro are on." Vienna Blood. Sorry, I'm slowing down with information, but I'm telling you, very interesting. Hear me now, believe me later. Arnold Schwarzenegger is from work out now, work out. I can see people watching. I hate him. He didn't have any detail. There wasn't cartoons edited in this. Yeah, I've got 2 listeners. Jump in. If you're from the Stasi, from the DDR, or did you come down here and share some stories? Why do you want to leave the DDR so fast? Lemus. Spy Who Came In From the Cold. One of the best spy novels ever written. And a great movie with Richard Burton. You lies. Lies. I know nothing. All right. Well, this is the... Yeah. Is it Lives of Others? You're saying other people's lives? It may be Lives of Others? I've certainly seen that about the Stasi. Great film. Absolutely. Yep. The Lives of Others. About the police state of Stasi. Yes. Yes, I have. I enjoyed that film immensely. Absolutely. It's funny, if you get a waiter in Vienna, they'd be like, "I would like some more bread." And the guy would be like, "Immediately. Schnell." Absolutely. All right, Pedro, maybe be on soon, brother. This is the end of part 1 in Vienna. Let me know what you think. I'm not saying for sure that Falco was killed. I'm not saying that Udo was innocent. That's for sure. Rock me Amadeus. And anybody who's in the Brotherhood, I don't know, check out Club 45 for me, will you? Get back to me. The widow's son, or whatever they say. All right. God bless you guys. Marcus Wolf. He did? Great spy. Marcus Wolf, the man without the face. I did not know. A consultant to set up Homeland Security in America? Great. That's what you do. For defense of America, you hire an East German Stasi chief. I got to look up. That is a great one. Great comment from Pedro right here. Marcus Wolf. The man without a face. A great spionage. They are laughing at us.
Spionen.
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 Spionen. Spionen.
Spioninnen.
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 Spioninnen. Ha ha ha. People watching this are getting angrier. Ostdeutschland.
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 Ha 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 ha. Yes. KGB. Oh yeah, I gotta do paperclip one night. Absolutely. All right. We bid goodbye to our friend Pedro up in Toronto or up there or Canada. Oh, Canada, we stand on thee. Auf Wiedersehen, Pedro. All my fans and listeners, have a good day. Auf Wiedersehen.